as believers, we have a biblical mandate to pray for the peace of Jerusalem. And I sat down in God's city recently with two men who take that mandate so seriously that they've started a global movement based on it. Let's head now to Jerusalem and my conversation with Albert Wexler and Robert Ilatov, the men behind the upcoming Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast and a series of events worldwide dedicated to building a prayer movement for Israel's ancient and ancestral capital. Take a look. Albert, Robert, great to have you with us here in Jerusalem. And in this city, very soon, we will have yet another Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast, one of my favorite events every year here in Israel. Albert, you're the director of this event. Tell us a little bit about what we'll be doing here in Jerusalem in just a few short weeks.
Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast is gathering the people from all the nations to pray for the peace of Jerusalem, not only to Israel, but to 15 cities all around the world.
Yeah, you've been bringing the nations to Jerusalem with these prayer breakfasts, and you've been bringing Jerusalem to the nations, I would say, gentlemen. Look, we had a great one recently in Dallas. Senator Ted Cruz was there, Robert. Greg Abbott, the Texas governor. You're a former Knesset member. Tell us how you got involved in what I would call a movement, the Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast.
7 years ago, Albert came to my office and said, Robert, we have to do something. We need a national prayer breakfast. I said to him, you are crazy.
Which we have in America, by the way. We have the every
We
year.
are not a Christian country. We are a Jewish country. So we go home and think about it, how we can do people together, Christians and Jews. And after the week, 1 week, he came back and said, you know, we can pray for Jerusalem. We can make a Jerusalem prayer breakfast. So from this point, we started working, and I went to President office and the chairman of Knesset office and all the members of Knesset, and we spoke with almost all the members of the Knesset, and we explained them that this is the important thing to do, to pray for the peace of Jerusalem.
And gentlemen, there's nothing like praying for Jerusalem in Jerusalem. In a few weeks, we will have the prayer breakfast, as I mentioned, right here, Albert. You'll be there. Robert, you'll be there. Michelle Bachman and some other very familiar faces. Tell us about who else is involved in this movement, the Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast.
We are expecting the newly elected president of Hungary, Katalin Novak, high officials that are coming from European countries, members of parliament, and we're expecting people to come from US Congress. Every year we have been able to bring people that love Israel, love Jerusalem. This year, Nick Vucic is planning to come and join us. So this will be a very, very unique event in Waldorf Astoria Hotel, right in the very heart of Jerusalem.
Beautiful place.
And then, of course, we will meet in the Knesset, given that the Knesset is still functioning.
Yeah.
Because Robert can definitely give you an analysis of what is going on here, but to my opinion, we are seeing a very difficult time in Israeli politics. The days of this coalition, as it is, are numbered, and we really pray that we would have the coalition still intact by end of May, so then we can have the prayer breakfast, and then something new will happen.
That's right, that's right. Robert, again, as Albert mentioned, you did serve in the Knesset here in Israel. A tumultuous time in Israeli politics, but it seems no matter who is in office, Jerusalem is eternal.
Every president and every member of parliament, Knesset, love Jerusalem. And, you know, we prayed for Jerusalem 2,000 years. So all about Jerusalem in the Jewish world. The Zionist movement started. What is Zion? Zion is Jerusalem. This is one of the 70. This is one of the 70 names of Jerusalem. The Zionist movement is movement for Jerusalem. Everything in our life is about Jerusalem. So I believe that every politician in Israel who is a Jew and love his country will support this movement.
Yeah, and more the world's focus is turned to Jerusalem, this city, the Temple Mount, the most coveted piece of real estate in the world. Albert, as we wrap up here, some final thoughts. This is exciting what's happening with the prayer breakfast. I truly believe it's a movement and it's gone international. As you said, what's next?
Whenever Jews and Christians were able to work together or pray together, history was made. And you can look behind us and see the beautiful city of Jerusalem. In 1898, Herzl and Heschler come together. Then there's the Balfour Declaration, which also comes about because Chaim Weizmann, a Jew, and Arthur Balfour are working together. Name Truman, who didn't want to meet anyone to talk to him about independence of Israel in 1948. But then he had a friend, a Jewish friend, Eddie Jacobson. And so Eddie says, you have to meet with Chaim Weizmann. And you can go on and on. Billy Graham, Golda Meir. There's so many stories. Truman, Nixon, Trump.
Moving the embassy.
Well, and there's so many people behind it. There's Christians and there are Jews that are working together. So I really believe that the idea of bringing the Jews and Christians together, and it's not an easy thing. And Robert, you know it, and everybody knows it. And yet whenever we succeed to work together, whenever we succeed to lay aside the differences and to even pray together, something historic is happening. And as you said, Robert, the Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast has created an atmosphere that the rabbis and the pastors, so the Jews and the Christians, can pray together and feel comfortable about it. And so we are in great expectancy. What will this year bring? Every time we come, there's a miracle after miracle, and this is what is really exciting, what will happen on June 1st and 2nd here in Jerusalem. Erick, thank you so much for helping us.
We will certainly be talking here on set again. Good luck with the prayer breakfast. Something special is happening here. God is moving. It is great to see. Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast coming June 1st and 2nd, 2022, right here in God's City. Albert, Robert, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks again to Albert Vexler and Robert Elatov for their great work for Jerusalem. Folks, if you are in Jerusalem on June 1st and 2nd, I strongly encourage you to attend the Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast. And the great thing about it is Albert and Robert are holding these events throughout the world. As he mentioned in the interview, we recently had one back in March in Dallas. There have been prayer breakfasts in Estonia and other parts of the world. It is a growing movement for God's City for such a time as this. If you like that interview with Robert and Albert, you want to see more like it, be sure to tune in to our weekly 30-minute Watchman TV show on TBN. It airs tonight, every Thursday actually, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, also Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you want to get an exclusive first look at new episodes before they hit the air, you can become a Watchman Premium member here on the channel. Just go to Join on our homepage. You get a lot of nice perks when you become a premium member and exclusive first look at every new episode of The Watchman Show, including behind-the-scenes commentary with yours truly. So check that out. Some good stuff there. Hey, thanks so much for joining us here today on The Watchman Newscast. Until tomorrow, God bless you. And remember, never hold your peace. Hey, everyone. Thanks for checking out The Watchman Newscast. If you enjoyed this episode and want to see more, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, click subscribe, and tap the bell icon to turn on notifications for new Watchman Newscast episodes every weekday.